What do you want to chat about? Anything in particular?
Oh, well, I've just read the foreword from Bruce Dickinson's biography. I'll give an update every week. Because my reading time is like 2 minutes a day or something. So I got to read the foreword and that was it. But it's quite interesting, actually. It was a little bit of an anecdote about him flying a Boeing 737, 200-seater plane from Gatwick to I can't remember now, Murmansk or something in Russia. And on board was Michael Heseltine and editor of the Telegraph. I can't remember his name. That's really annoying. And some other name-dropping important people. A fishing trip to Murmansk, or wherever it is, supposedly, and they wouldn't let them land. That's what he's saying. He couldn't get landing permission. It happened to be the home of the Russian fleet. So nothing dodgy going on there at all. So I thought that very clever forward, because you think, oh, what's that about? Because obviously it's not a fishing trip, is it?
Yeah.
Apparently he asked one of them, so what sort of fish are there? Oh, special fish. Big fish, yeah. No. Michael Heseltine's probably, I can't imagine the dodgy Illuminati stuff he does. So.
Oh, that's interesting. That's intriguing.
Yeah, so I bet he doesn't mention it in the whole book. It's very clever. It means I want to read the book now.
Yeah. I went to watch Michael McIntyre on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
It was reasonably funny.
Cool.
If I was to sum it up, it was a bit like a long haul flight.
Watching a movie on a long haul flight, it'll do.
Yeah. Wow, and he was moderately amusing,
So was it an hour? Like half hour?
I think he did an hour and a half.
That's quite long.
Yeah.
So was it with an interval?
Yeah. No, he had a support act.
Oh, right.
Who wasn't very, very good.
Right.
And then there was a little break, and then he came on, and he finished about 10:30, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I knew. There was some
punchlines.
Yeah, punchlines and stuff like that, and he was very bouncy and
Yeah, running around.
Yeah.
That's observational comedy.
I didn't realise how much of his stuff is sort of like impressions and silly walks and things like that. It's kind of
describing things. He sort of does it, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's very
physical.
He's a professional comedian,
Yeah.
He's quite good at that sort of thing. But the arena, I haven't been there for my last experience of the arena, sitting on the sides anyway, was exactly the same. It was horrific. By the end of the show, I just wanted to stand up and go. When I did stand up, my knees were killing you. You sat together like this.
Yeah, squashed together.
Unless you're like a skinny 14-year-old or something like that,
yeah.
you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it just made it horrific by the end. You've been sat there for 2 hours.
Yeah, you can't stand up for the encore.
No. So yeah, it felt like a bit like a long haul flight with an all right film. The film's all right, but you
want to get off.
When the plane lands, you want to get off.
You don't care about the ending of the film.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty good. So all that fuss was about nothing.
So were there sort of people fairly near to you in the audience? Were they tittering, or were they belly laughs?
No, it was between the two really. Some people were really
flatline,
really into it, but everyone, it's chortle. I'll call it chortle. The odd chortle.
It's not that funny, is it?
It's reasonably funny. I've noticed sort of Michael McIntyre never starts a joke, if you think about it. Because if you need to think about it, I think he's in the wrong area. So someone like Stuart Lee is a very layered joke, and it's making you sort of think about things. This isn't making you think about things. This is making you just sort of
he fell over. He fell down the stairs. Isn't that funny?
Some funny face. Yeah. He does a lot of jokes about him looking Chinese, and I had never noticed that before. But apparently that's a thing.
That's funny. 'Cause
Yeah.
no, it doesn't.
Jokes about cars, people pulling in traffic. Jokes about being a parent. The hot bath jokes were quite funny. His wife likes a bath and she likes it at 1,000,000 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
I have that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Some people can get in a bath and it's like
Yeah.
boiling 100 degrees.
And he said the
You
funny,
put your toe in. Ah!
the funniest bit of the show is his wife has a bath and says, Michael, do you want to use the water? And he looks at it and says, what, to cook pasta? And that was funny. That had me laughing, that did.
But I mean, because specifically we're fans of Stuart Lee, that's going to be a thing, isn't it? And it's not, I mean, he made a joke about Michael McIntyre, not for any reason really, just because Michael McIntyre is a very
Popular
and very, very conservative comedian. He does exactly what they want in an arena.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time when in an arena they wanted very young comedians who go around on electric skateboards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then just dress up as old men and get really rude to each other.
Yeah.
That's you, that's your special thing.
Yeah. So I survived. We enjoyed it. We went to Jimmy Spice's before.
Ooh, did you enjoy it?
Flipping
No
it.
problem with Jimmy Spice, isn't it?
No, it was alright. Just too much, man.
Well, that's the problem. You've got to starve yourself for 2 days, otherwise it's not worth going.
Yeah. I mean, they give you little plates like that, and then you you think, well, I'm not having a lot here, and then by the end, you're like, okay, I had too much there.
Well, yeah, there's no choice. I mean, there's things you shouldn't have in there. They do gulab jam. You know, basically they're donut balls with, I think, a bit of spices or something. Maybe like capsicum or something. So it's a bit strange, but soaked in syrup. Soaked, dripping.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most unhealthy thing you can eat in the world. So don't have those.
What got me is, we came to the end. We were in a bit of a rush because we had to get to the show and that. And we asked for the bill. It came along. And she points onto the receipt. Oh, are you paying the service charge? I was like, yeah, of course. Because I'm
Mug.
British and, modesty means I've got to say yes because I don't want to cheapskate. But I'm thinking, hang on, the point of this place is you help yourself to food.
Yeah.
There's relatively little service involved.
Yeah. It's a service to pay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, every single time I've been to Jimmy Spice's for the last 5 years, so when I first went there, it wasn't a problem. They tried to scam us on the price.
All right.
Every single time. That's what they do. I think they do it to everyone. So they make up a service charge, or they charge you for 4 people instead of 3 people, or something. And I think they're meant to do that.
Well, yeah, we turned up about 6:30, and there was a price on there, $11.99 for happy hour or something like that. And he says, "Oh, you're paying this one, $13.99." Sort of thing after, and it was. I think it was because chances were we were going to finish after 7. Well, that's a bit of a
if you're there,
bit of a thing. Anyway, yeah.